Video, I am going to explain the different number forms to you. And that phrasing sounds a little bit funny, but it's not that strange. All I mean is that numbers come in different forms. You'll see them in different ways. So what you're used to is standard form. You've seen standard form before. That is just the numbers. So 24. So if you see something that says, what is the standard form for a number? And it spells that number out all they want. Standard form, just the numbers. Standard means normal or regular. And I just went all the way up in place value city to the millions here with 3,596,723. That's one form you may see a number in. You may see a number in word form. And word form is simply words instead of numbers. And I'm going to keep using these numbers over and over to show you the different forms. So I'll start with 24. There is the number 24 in word form. Again, word form, only words, no numbers. We'll move down to 376. And this is where that chart for place value city and knowing those street names is so important. 376. So, 3 on 100 Street is 300. 7 on 10 Street is 70. And a 6 on 1 Street is 6. So altogether, 376. And this one is a little bit longer. Word form can take up quite a bit of space the larger the numbers get. So you can see here, a 3 on Million Street, 3 million. Anywhere that you would put a comma with the numbers, you'll put a comma with word form. So 3 on Million Street, 3 million, comma. 5 on the 100,000 Street is 500. We'll put the 1,000 in a second. 9 on 10,000 Street, 90. And 6 on 1,000 Street, 6,000. So 596,000. We would have a comma here in standard form. We'll put a comma in word form. And that goes back to, if you watched Place Value City Part 2, I had a little song that said a comma, a comma, a comma every 3 digits. 1, 2, 3, splash. Well, if there are 3 more, you're going to put another comma. So 1, 2, 3, splash. Back to this, we have a 7 on 100 Street, 700, 2 on 10 Street, 20, and a 3 on 1 Street, 3. So you can see as we get into word form, and you'll see next with expanded form, knowing those streets and place value city is crucial. And the last form I'm going to share with you is expanded form. And expanded form is the value of each digit added up. Again, that's something else that sounds a little bit strange. I'm going to show you what that looks like. We have the number 24, which is a 2 on 10 Street, which would be worth 20. So there's the value, plus 4. So a 4 on 1 Street is worth 4. And 20 plus 4 would equal 24. And I'll go through that with the next number, 376. 3 on 100 Street is 300. 7 on 10 Street is 70. And 6 on 1 Street is 6. And down to the millions. A 3 on Million Street is 3 million. And remember, a comma, a comma, a comma every 3 digits. 1, 2, 3, splash. So we have 3 million. 5 on 100,000 Street, so 500,000. 9 on 10,000 Street would be 90,000. And I'm going to scroll back up for a second, and you can see I'm really just taking this digit Each digit, you're just letting it expand. And when something expands, it's going to take up more space. So that 3 is just going to show its value here of 3,500,000. And I'm not going to do this for each one, but you can see that connection there. You're going to take the value of each digit and write it, and then add it up. Now I'm going to model with a few numbers here. So you can see that the number is already in standard form. Next, I'm going to go ahead and put it in word form. I'm going to keep that order. So I have a 4 on 1000th Street, so that would be 4,000, and I have a comma, so I'll put my comma. Then I have 304, so 4,000, 304. I've got standard form. Now I have word form here. And next I'm going to show the expanded form. Well, I have a 4. I've got, let's see, the ones, tens, hundreds, thousands. So I've got a 4 on 1000th Street, which is worth 4,000. Plus, now I have a 3 on 100th Street, 300. I have nothing on 10th Street. I do not need to write plus 0. Plus 0 isn't going to change anything. I'm not going to waste my time writing that. Then I have a 4 on 1 street plus 4. And I picked this number on purpose because I want to show you a mistake that happens. There will be times where you simply see a number in expanded form and the question asks you to put it into standard form. A lot of students I've seen take off and just go, okay, 434, 434. But you can see with our word form and the standard form, that's incorrect. If you are going to go from the expanded form here to standard form, stack them up to add them so you don't make a silly mistake. And that would look like this. 4,000 plus 300 plus 4. And make it fair, not to be sloppy and put zeros all over, but to keep yourself lined up. Because with expanded form, you're only going to have one number in each place, and then you'll have the correct way to do it. Now I want to model with a number that's going to go into decimal land. So we have 247 and 36 hundredths. That's the correct way to say it, and you need to say it that way to help you with the word form. To make it easier when you're reading, you can definitely read it as 247.36. That's fine. But again, you'll need that exact way to say it properly for word form. Here it's already in standard form. Now I'm going to go to word form. So I can see right here my whole numbers. I have 247. 247. And I know this is a decimal, but you do not spell out the word decimal here. When you are doing word form, you signify or show that there is a decimal in the number by using the word and. 247 and that is going to mean to put a decimal. 247 and that number is 36. So I'm going to write in decimal land here, I'm going to write 36, 247 and 36. But now I need to know my streets. After the decimal, people aren't living in houses anymore. They're living in tenths, hundredths. So this would be pronounced as 36 hundredths. I'm going to run out of room. I'll put it here. 36 hundredths. That THS is important in decimal land. I'm going to move into expanded form. 2 on 100th Street is 200. Plus 4 on 10th Street is 40. Plus 7 on 1 street. Plus, and be careful, I'm entering decimal land right here. Make sure you put your decimal. This is a 3 on 10th Street. So it's going to be 3/10. To go with making it fair, like we talked about, I'm going to put my 0. Plus, and then I have a 6 on 100th Street. Your brain may tell you to go ahead and write decimal 6, but that is incorrect. You do need your decimal, but that is a 6 on 100th Street. We'll need that placeholder 0 to the decimal. So I'm going to put 0, 6, and that's going to have my 6 on 100th Street. I've got one more I would like to show you. And that is what looks like decimal 365. There's the standard form. If I want to put it in word form, I need to know the names of my streets. I'm in decimal land, and I have 365, but I have tenths, hundredths, and thousandths. So I'm going to look, that number is 365, so that's how I'll write it. 365, and then I need to know those streets, tenths, hundredths, thousandths. 365 thousandths. And I'm going to show you the expanded form. Again, we're just going to take the value of each digit here and add it up. So I have a 3, and I'm going to work right in here. I have a 3 on 10th Street. So I have decimal 3. I want to go with my rule of make it fair. I have 3 digits here, so I'm going to use my placeholder zeros. 3/10 plus, if I need a 6 on 100th Street here, I need my decimal 0, 6. And to keep all my stuff lined up, I'm going to put another placeholder 0. And I'm running to the edge here. I'm going to put my plus sign. Now I have a 5 on thousandths Street. So that would be decimal 0, 0, 5. Little introduction into number forms with standard form, word form, and expanded form.